The Manchester Evening News is a regional daily newspaper covering Greater Manchester in North West England. It is published every day except Sunday and is owned by Trinity Mirror plc following its sale by Guardian Media Group in early 2010. It has an average daily circulation of 52,158, of which 24,560 are fully paid for. History. The paper was first published in 1868 by Michael Henry as part of his parliamentary election campaign. Shortly after the election, the newspaper was sold to John Edward Taylor, the son of the founder and owner of the Manchester Guardian, becoming the evening counterpart of the morning newspaper. Taylor brought his brother-in-law Peter Allen in as a partner in the Manchester Evening News, and, after Taylor's death in 1907, the Guardian was sold to its editor C.P. Scott, while the Evening News passed into the hands of the Allen family. Scott's Guardian bought the Manchester Evening News in the 1920s, reuniting the papers, and the Man was part of the Guardian Media Group until it was sold, along with GMG's other regional newspapers, to Trinity Mirror in February 2010. Trinity Mirror agreed that the headquarters of Men Media would be moved from its current location on Scott Place in the Spinningfields area of Manchester city centre to an existing Trinity Mirror site in Chadderton. This is also where Trinity Mirror titles in North West England are printed. Editions. Despite its evening title, the newspaper began publication of a morning edition in November 2004, a controversial move which brought union members to the brink of strike action over new work rotas. Football Green and Football Pink. For years the paper was famous for its Football Green edition. After the Men merged with the rival Manchester Evening Chronicle, its more popular Sporting Pink was adopted as the Football Pink. The green and pink names came from being printed in paper of those colors. In the 1970s, the Saturday sports paper began using white newsprint, which had become by then the industry standard. The papers were printed in mobile presses inside newspaper vans usually parked near the stadiums. Men.It. In March 2005, the paper launched a cut-down afternoon version of the paper titled Men.It, which was distributed free to commuters within Manchester's city centre. Part free on the 2nd of May 2006, the Evening News dropped the light edition in favour of a part free, part paid distribution model for the main paper. Copies were free in Manchester city centre, while readers outside that area continued to pay for the paper. In December 2006, the paper also began free distribution at Manchester Airport and hospitals throughout Greater Manchester. In December 2009, the newspaper announced that as of January 2010 the paper would no longer be handed out free Monday to Friday in the city centre and other selected locations. Instead, they would be handed out free as previously on Thursdays and Fridays, but would regain the paid-for status in these locations at all other times.